Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Fayaz Ahmed Sumro. Today I'm talking about Sociology paper 2023. I already discussed the nature of the questions when we were having the lectures. There are in Sociology and of course in other subjects as well. There is a core of the subject. There is the main area of every subject, and the student who is appearing in CSS must be well aware about the area of the subject as well. Basically, regarding Sociology, there are three areas wherein you will have to attempt the paper, and every year there is at least 1 or 2 or questions from that paper. Similarly, three areas when I repeat, it is one of the area wherein you have to appear, that is the theories, and every year there is a question from the theories as well. And if you talk about theories, then there are very common school of thought and very famous school of thought as well, like Allama ibn Khaldun. Then we have got the Auguste Comte, then got the Herbert Spencer, then Emile Durkheim, then Karl Marx, then Mead, then Sigmund Freud, then C.H. Cooley, and Dr. Robert King Barton as well, basically. And there each school of thought his own theory. For example, Allama ibn Khaldun has two theories, like Auguste Comte is one of the important theory, like the law of three stages, and again the religion of the humanity. And Herbert Spencer is very famous from the social relation and organic analogy and militant and military society. Then Karl Marx, again very important. So when I look at the paper of 2023, my guess about the paper was absolutely right, because there are almost 8 questions, and when we talk about 8 questions, then the question number 1 is about the education is an important social institution. So this question is directly talking about the institutions, and there's a chapter in the Sociology that's talking about the institutions and the role of the institutions as well, basically. For example, there are the religious institutions, there is the economical institutions, there are the political institutions, and there are the social institutions. And among the social institutions, of course, the role of the family and education is very important. So previously there were some questions from the family and marriage, but now there are some questions from the education as well, basically. So this time they have also tied two school of thought, like one is the functionalist perspective and the other one is the conflict perspective. And from the functionalist perspective, of course, there's the Max Weber, and from the conflict perspective, that's that's the Karl Marx well. So keeping in view these two perspectives, students has to attempt the paper, and then he has to give his reply as well, basically. Similarly, if we talk about the question number 2 and question number 3 and 4, these two questions are purely from the theories as well, basically. And one of the questions from the common topic, previous one, and these two questions are from the theories as well, basically. And when you talk about theories, then of course this time the theory that is discussed by the Mead's theory, the concept of the mind and again the society, wherein we have already discussed this chapter, this area, when we were talking about the personal development, wherein of course the Mead says that people develop self-image through the interaction of the others as well. And there's another question, there was another topic that we discussed in detail, that's about the socialization. So in socialization, an individual has to grow, an individual has to interact, an individual has to learn from society, and according to the socialization process, there are 4 stages wherein individual has to learn. For example, individual learn from the families, then individual learn at the second stage, which is normally called as anticipatory, then individual learns at the development stage, and individual learns at the re-socialization. So these 4 stages of the learning are very important, and this question was required to be attempted from that perspective and from that viewpoint as well, basically. So this question again is from the theories, and I know, and I'm sure you already have hands on the theories, and you are very well about that this area wherein you will have to attempt at least 1 question or otherwise, because there's not a single paper wherein there's no question from the theories as well. Similarly, as I already predicted, that you will have to attempt at least 1 question from the research topic. And when we look at the paper, the question number 4 and question number 5 from the research, whether it's an ontological concept or it's the epistemological concept, again it's a very simple, and there's a common discussions that what is the difference between the method and methodology as well, basically. So this question, when I talk about ontology is a research framework, and epistemologically is a research question to reply as well, basically. This question during our class was discussed along with many examples as well, and I believe this question, as I was expecting, should have been very difficult, but this time this question was given from the very common topics, like very short notes as well. So if you have made a table and you have differentiated that what is the ontological concept and what is the epistemological concept, and how the methodology sociology, or what's the difference between the method and methodology, and what is the role of ontology and epistemology in social research, I think for a common student who really intends to understand the social affairs, this was not difficult for him as well, basically. Similarly, question number 5, that's again from the research, wherein the time series and again the panel series, that's again very simple. When we are collecting data and when we are interpreting the data, sometimes we have the time series and we have the panel, and from the time series or from the panel we again attempt the question and we again try to explain the answer as well, basically. If we talk about the question number 6, that was again from the theory, the Plato's theory, that was this time it was unexpected, but it is the part of the sociology, and again it's the part of some other subjects as well. So this question is again from the part of the theory as well, basically. And the remaining question, which question number 7 is again from the third part which we discussed. Like first part was the theories, the second part was the research, and third part was the common topics. And when we talk about the common topics, then there's the socialization, there's the society, the community, then there's the juvenile delinquency, social problems of Pakistan, then we have got the urbanization, we have got there are many common issues, common topics that you will have to attempt from the third part of the sociology. So if you recall, during our class we discussed that sociology is comprising of 3 core areas, and every year you will have to attempt at least one question from these core areas. And this time we witnessed that one of the question was from the theories, other question was from the research, and third question was from chapter number 3 or part number 3 as well, basically. So I'm sure that if you are preparing the future exam 2024, keeping in view these 3 areas, like let me repeat once again, like one is the research, other one is the school of thoughts, and among the school of thoughts there are very common school of thoughts like Allama ibn Khaldun, Herbert Spencer, and Auguste Comte. These 3 school of thoughts are falling, and they are basically they are supporting the cause of the evolutionary perspective. Then we have got Max Weber, we have got Emily Durkheim, we have got Karl Marx, and again there are some other school of thought. So a school of thought is very important. Understanding the research or the role of researchers with regard to sociology is very important, and I think this was debated in the class, and we almost spent more than 6 hours. 2 classes were exclusively spent upon the theory as well, and again this is very well known to you as well, basically. So in 2024, if you really wanted to have a good numbers, then you will have to have some hands-on experience on 3 areas. Let me come again. One is the research, and in the research you will not be given the topic and just conduct and go and make a research and use SPSS and smart PLS or some other. No, you are being discussed the fundamentals of the research, like what is the research methodology, what are the types of research methodology, what are the pros and cons of research methodology, what is the research process, what are the common types of the research. Then being a student, how you claim that this is a good research or the bad research. So what are the salient features of a good research, and again the research process, that's very important. So this chapter of the research is totally from the academic point of view, from the learning point of view. It is not like that you are required to write a thesis or write a paper. No, it's not like that. But being a school of thought and being a student of the sociology, and more importantly when you wanted to understand the abstract problems of the human society, ultimately you must have hands on the social research. So research part is very important, and you will have to attempt the question. So this year there were 2 questions, and in the coming year maybe there may be 1 or 2 questions, but this is the inevitable part of the sociology. And the third area, which I believe it's a common topics of sociology, let me reiterate, like you will have to attempt the question from the culture, like the socialization, like the community, like the society, and most importantly social problems of Pakistan. So a good student of sociology knows very well that what's the best strategy to get good numbers in sociology. So to get a good numbers in sociology, 3 areas must be in your hands, and you must read or you must delve deeper the syllabus between the lines. It's a very important. So please you must know that in sociology you are not learning about the Greek philosophy, neither you are learning about the Hamlet or the Shakespeare. It is the tale of town. In sociology you understand and you learn the area, you focus the topics which are are the common area and common issues of the human society. So you are living in the aura of this country, this society, and I think this should not be Greek to you as well, basically. So let's have a good hope, and let's hope that in future we are studying and we are focusing sociology more strategically rather than giving the generic approach as well, basically. So this is not a question paper of the generic approach, although people believe that sociology is a common subject and while writing anything you can have a good numbers. No, but if you really wanted to get good numbers, then you must know the social perspectives like the evolutionary perspective, the conflict perspective, the symbolic perspective, and the interactionist and interactionist perspective. These four perspectives are the core of this subject, and in every perspective, each perspective, there are some school of thought. As I already told, that Ibn Khaldun, August Comte, and Herbert Spencer, they fall in the evolutionary perspective, then Karl Marx in the conflict perspective, then the Max Weber in the functionalist perspective. So this is the study to get good numbers well. So let's hope for the best. Thank you very much.